now for our interviewee, we chose Mr. Kuan, a Malaysian and a successful businessman and a CEO of PIT Computer SDN PhD. Let's now proceed to the virtual interview to gather and congregate leadership skills and experiences.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. My name is Katrina Santos po.
Okay.
Good morning. I am Kayla May Kubalani.
Good morning, sir. I am Jerseys Angie San Gabriel.
Good morning.
Good day,
Good morning.
sir. I am Lahaina Alex Static.
Morning.
Good morning, sir. I am Ali Farouk.
Morning.
Good morning,
A
sir.
pleasant
I am
morning po.
Dayan Manyala.
A pleasant morning po. I'm Jonalyn Cadurat.
Morning.
So before we start, can we take a group photo first? In 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Keepings of fortitude, excellence, and uprightness. First, we are honored and truly grateful that you gave us your time today to meet in regards with our final paper in the course Leadership and Decision Making. I am Lahaina Alex Static, your interviewer for today, and I am truly grateful to speak with you.
Thank you.
So, what should I call you? Should I call you Mr. Lu, Sir Lu, Mr. Luke? What do you prefer po?
Just Mr. Lu will do.
Thank you. So, Mr. Lu, in relevance to the aforementioned course, I am going to ask you a few questions about leadership. And for starters, how do you define leadership?
Leadership is to be the head of the group to guide them to achieve the target. And in terms of business, the leadership need to lead the group of staff to run the business, to achieve the survival of a business, to earn money, to pay the salary, to pay the rental for everyone's survival.
Well, that was indeed a great definition of leadership, sir. Well, we all know that being a businessman comes together with the responsibility of being a leader, right? So, for the second question, can you tell me about the time when you demonstrated leadership skills?
As a businessman, we don't have to demonstrate, but a successful or failure leadership in the business is very easy to judge by the moving business or not. Okay, a good leader in the business environment is a successful business leader will grow and continue the business, but a fail of a leadership in business, they will fail the business completely and they will go broke. Basically, it's that simple. Okay. So to define a successful leadership as a businessman, a successful business is a proof that the leadership in the business is success. I don't know whether is that the answer you want, but you can modify it if you like. Okay. Or if you want me to add further, you can ask.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Well, how would you describe your leadership style in terms of business? How do you communicate with other people and all?
Leadership for me, I do a very free style of leadership in the way that I don't like to force my subordinate to do what I want them to do, but I will set them a target and they carry out their duty. So as long as they meet the target, they are successful. And if they don't meet the target, it's their failure. If their failure, it will lead to my failure. But then if they fail me, there's time for me to look for another person to replace them. For additional,
No, sir. I think it answered my question. But it was very unique style of leadership, yet it needs guidance in order to success, right? So, well, in terms of self-reflection on work, how do you measure your own performance at work?
they get system. And we have a funny rule compared with other company. Actually, most of 90% of my staff, they are earning daily pay instead of monthly pay, which means no work, no pay. That is number one. And at the same time, because we are service-based business where we have a wide range of customers during public holiday, for example, Christmas, New Year, some public holiday, that is the time we have a lot of walk-in customer, but people don't like to work because they want holiday. So to encourage staff to work during those holiday, even like Christmas or New Year and those public holiday, we even pay up to 3 times the salary to encourage them to work. Maybe this is just a story for you.
I think it is both beneficial to you and your employers, sir, no? Even on holidays to earn money and they get paid also.
Yes, there's a win-win situation. Good for us,
Yes.
good for our staff, good for the customer as well. Okay.
Yes. To continue, since leadership is a big responsibility, sir, as you have stated earlier, somehow it is visible to your followers, customers, and competitors, or simply the people around you. How do you respond to criticism?
Usually we try to minimize criticism. It might come from our staff, from our customer, or from friends or relative. Okay. I do for customer wise, we receive complaint, but we try to minimize it as much as possible. So when customer have some complaint or criticism, we will record down what the complaint, and then we have a few stages. Usually I run about 4 or 5 shop outlet. Every shop they have a person responsible for it. So the first stage will go to the shop manager who is responsible for that particular shop. Then if they cannot solve, then they will come to me. Then I will run a meeting with them. And then after that, I will do a simple investigation.
Well,
Okay,
sir,
next.
no? Criticism comes in both positive and negative, but criticism or feedbacks is a great way of learning. Okay, next. People in either workplace or establishment have their own attitudes and opinions. So, sir, was there a time that you had a conflict with your coworkers? How did you handle it? And can you share with us how?
Our world, especially in our daily life, we don't expect everyone agree to everything what we do. Everyone have their own opinion, have their own living environment, they have their own way of doing things. So how to put everyone to do the same thing together, actually that is a very big challenge, especially in the business world. For example, usually the duck can swim in the river, but if we ask the duck to climb the tree, that is a wrong move. If we want to climb the tree, we ask the monkey instead of the duck. Okay? We don't ask the monkey to go and swim in the water. If we want something to swim in the water, we ask the fish to swim. If we ask the monkey or we ask the dog to swim in the river, then there is a mismatch. Okay? So when we want to handle a different opinion and different idea or different way of handling things from the staff, we need to use the right people to do the right job. So a lot of conflict, a lot of problem can be solved in that way. Okay, for example, we have a lot of Malay Muslim staff here, and some of the job the Malay Muslim don't like to do, and we have a lot of Filipino staff with us. We used to have 10 Filipino staff working with us before, but recently less because of there's a new labor rule. So when we use the right people to do the job which is easier for them to handle, then we solve all the conflict easily. 99% of the conflict and difficulty when come to the environment can be solved if you handle it right, use the right person to do the right job. So 99% can be solved. And the left out 1% which cannot be solved, then we have to find out and maybe use a third party or there are some other alternative. Basically, to us businessmen, we have a very weird rule that nothing cannot be solved. Okay, we have to solve it. When we encounter some problem, we have to solve it. And if you don't solve it, some very important, very critical problem, if you don't solve it, your business go down, few hundred people have to suffer for that. So as a head of the company or as a leader of the company, for me especially, there's nothing we cannot solve if you do it the right way. Okay?
Yes.
Is there
Yes,
you
sir.
need any additional explanation?
No, sir. It was a great explanation of yours. We cannot please everyone, but with a great leader, nothing cannot be solved.
Yes, correct.
You.
You got it.
On the other hand, sir, aside from disagreements and conflicts, this time let's talk about the teamwork between the leader and their followers. What can you do to motivate a team?
We have a lot of company activity. For example, we send our staff to Singapore for a company trip, holiday trip. We ever send our staff to Malaysia, Genting Highland, Cameron Highland for a holiday trip. We ever send our staff to China for holiday trip as well. And locally, we have company annual dinner, we have company regular outdoor activity. We go and visit some tourist interesting area. We have a lot of that activity for your information. Okay, that answer what you want, or you want any additional answer?
It was a great encouragement and award, sir. Can I apply in your company? Well, kidding aside.
We have the
Um,
vacancy at this moment. Yeah, you can-
Encouragement and awards are uplifting spirit that can help your employees. And since you have personally defined leadership, who is your favorite leader and why?
Since I was young, the Singapore Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew is a very good leader actually, and I read a lot about him. And then I used to study in Singapore. Singapore used to be my second home as well. And of course, the way he leads Singapore, the way he run as a prime ministership, he have a very strong and powerful leadership ability to run Singapore into one of the most successful country in the world. There's next.
I think he is the famous Mr. LKY, the man behind Singapore's transformation into a developed country with high income economy within a single generation. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay, sir, for the last question, what advice can you give to us, those who aspire to become a successful business person like you in the future? What advices can you give us?
I think I did give some answer there earlier in writing. Actually, to be a businessman, not everyone can be a businessman, for your information. You just imagine if everyone become businessmen to sell eggs and raise chicken, have a chicken farm, who are going to buy the chicken and the egg? Everyone have it already. Okay? Or if everybody go and open the SM supermarket everywhere, everybody open a supermarket, then you don't need to go shopping anymore. You have your own supermarket, then who will be your customer? So, to be a businessman, especially in Brunei, okay, we used to talk to some friends. In Brunei, especially, to be a businessman, you need to be a superman in a way that you need to do everything. Even from delivery, from a laborer to carry cargo, to do delivery, to talk to the customer, to do repairing, to do ordering. We are superman where we do everything. The reason because if, let's say, I have a team of staff working for me, and one of the staff is doing cargo ordering, okay? If that staff resign and go, he don't do the order for me. If I don't know how to do ordering, the whole company collapse. I cannot run the company anymore. Okay, so every type of job I need to involve myself, and then let them handle. If in case they leave, they go, they resign, or they turn down, or they sabotage me, I can take over at the same time, train up another new staff, and then the company and business will still continue. So that is how I can run the company for the past 3 years without any much problem. We are still ongoing. So my advice for anyone who want to do business, number one, you need to be a superman or super lady, make sure you understand how to be a superman and super lady. So my advice for anybody who want to do business, make sure you understand the business very well. Make sure the business you are doing, you can do well and better than others. So when the competition come in, you will make sure that you do better than others and you will survive. Okay? And people who are very strong and very professional in the line of the business they are doing, they can survive the hardest time. Okay, so if you want to do business or anyone think of doing business, the most important thing is professionalism in the field of the business you are going to do. Okay, for example, if you want to sell fried chicken, for example, make sure you get the best chicken, fry it to the best taste at the best price, and people can accept. Then you can do that business. But if you cannot get a good chicken, you don't know how to make a good fried chicken, and you want to do a fried chicken shop, how you want to compete with the others who can do better than you? So professionalism is very important for you to run a business in a way that when you encounter some problem, when you encounter difficulties, you must make sure you win.
So it really takes a lot of courage, responsibility, risk, and knowledge, of course, to stand as a businessman. So I think that is all for our interview session. Should there be any clarifications that may arise, you may ask them directly to us. Again, thank you so much for meeting us today.
Okay, thank you everyone. Wait for a while, let me take a photo. I need just 1 minute. Oh, my photo I'm not in. My calendar blocked me. Okay. Any other thing we need to discuss or talk about?
Sir, thank you for us for having your time. We would like to give you an electronic certificate made from us for our appreciation for you giving us your time, and we would like to present the electronic certificate that we made for you.
Okay. The one by email later? I leave it to you, okay? And wow, that is good. You prepare already. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
Sir, before we end this interview po, can we take another group photo? In 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We will send the certificate to you later.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Any
you.
other questions?
Thank you so much.
Thank you po. Have a nice day.
Thank you
Okay,
po.
Have a nice day. Thank you.
bye-bye.
Stay safe and stay
Stay safe.
successful. Thank you po.